Beard Wizard family, welcome back to the show. This is Battle of the Beer Advent Calendars Day 7, and I'm your host, Beard Wizard Man, also known as Trevor on social media. Links to all of which you can find in that video description below, including ways to support this channel, like thebeardstruggle.com. You want to get the same stuff I use on this magnificent wizard beard, check out the Beard Struggle. My books, all in the Linktree link in the description below. Also, just realized that my hoodie is all jacked up. There we go. That's a little bit better, I think. Yeah. All right. This is a live show. This is a live review show where we actually take a look at a German beer advent calendar versus an Illinois beer advent calendar. And I tell you today, not today, which one I like better. It's a non-scientific review, obviously, because we're always pitting two different styles of beer together or against each other. But it's just me telling you what I think and which beer box, which beer advent calendar wins out. Last year, Germany won handily. They won by a lot. This year, so far, Germany is up 5-1. Illinois took it yesterday. So Illinois is on the board with one, and we shall see how they continue. I may have to start writing this down. I think I'm going to start forgetting how many points everybody has, but we'll see. But before we get started, I like to lead into the show with a little bit of information. So we're going to start with our German contender is the Bambule or Bambule Pilsner from UberQuell. This is by far one of the most flamboyant art on all of the German cans. Usually the German beer cans are very subdued or very traditional. They don't get a lot of crazy graphics or wild colors. This is also a relatively new brewery. There's no date on their website, but it is a young brewery in Germany. They are, let's see here, in St. Pauli, which is, I'm guessing, where St. Pauli girl comes from. But yeah, they're still a small batch, small brewery. I actually have a restaurant. You can do tours of their brewery and all that stuff. But let's see here. There's not a lot of information on their website. In a nutshell, like I said, you can visit them in St. Pauli. You can do a tour. They have a restaurant. They have a food menu, but not a lot of history in their brewery. They're relatively new and young. They remind me a lot of the U.S. breweries that have been springing up recently over the last 15 to 20 years. And then from Buffalo Creek, we have the Buffalo Creek Brewing Buffalo Gose, is I believe how you pronounce that. And this is a sour ale brewed with lemons and blueberries. Limited release, refreshing German-style sour ale. Now, I like Goses. Some. I'm not a huge sour beer fan, but a Gose doesn't tend to be as sour as a lot of, like, if you go to a local bar or restaurant that makes beer, or you go to a local liquor store and buy an American Gose or American made Gose, they're usually very sour, and they all seem to be competing for who can make the most sour beer, to the point where it's like trying to drink candy, and I don't like that. Traditional German Goses, which this is a US made Gose, but traditional German Goses tend to be, they're sour, but at least the ones I have are not like super like mouth puckering crazy sour. So we'll see how this one is. I'm not sure. The color worries me a little bit, and we'll see that here in a second. Now, Buffalo Creek Brewing, they are out of Long Grove, Illinois, and again, not a lot of information on theirs, but they do talk about they do talk a lot about like their Bavarian themed tap room, their beer garden, which they spell correctly. So they're very German. They seem to be at least a German inspired, probably from German family or German history type of brewery. Lake County's only destination brewery in the heart of historic downtown Long Grove, which I'm not sure. I'm going to have to look up how close that is to me. And they've got a tap room, a beer garden, a patio. I think they've got a restaurant. They've got a lot of different beers, a lot of traditional. They've got a Helles. Um, they've got a Vienna lager. So yeah, so they're very much like a German-inspired or a German heritage brewery here in the United States, which isn't that uncommon. Now, Gose, we know what a Pilsner is. This is a Pilsner. It's a standard beer. When you think of beer, Pilsners, pretty much, it's either a Pilsner or a lager in most cases when you're talking your standard beer. Now, Gose is warm fermented beer that originated in Goslar, Germany, usually brewed with at least 50% of the grain being malted wheat. Dominant flavors in Goses include lemon sourness, herbal characteristics, and strong saltiness. Depending on the local water sources or added salt. They typically do not have a lot of hoppy bitterness, flavors, or aroma. The beer typically have a moderate alcohol content. Because of the use of coriander and salt, Goses do not comply with traditional ingredient regulations in German-speaking countries, but it is allowed an exemption on the grounds of it being a regional specialty. So it doesn't actually fit the German purity laws, but because it's a local sort of specialty, they allow it. And Goses have been around since the 13th century. So those are your two beers. Let's see what happens. Now, I think we let Germany go first yesterday. We'll let the U.S., we'll let Illinois go first today. Now, this is their Gose, and that's what worries me a little bit is that color. That color instantly makes me think candy or fruit. And Goses, while fruit is used in the making of a Gose, they are not like a fruited beer. They're not a cider. They shouldn't be like a heavily fruit-flavored beer. So that color, it's blueberry and lemon, so blueberries give you a lot of color. I know that from making mead. So I don't know. We'll see. Cheers. It doesn't smell real fruity, but I can smell the blueberries and lemon. It doesn't smell like cleaner, thankfully. A lot of lemon beers sometimes smell and taste like cleaner. Okay. Pleasantly surprised. It's not as sour as I thought it might be. It's not that fruity, even though the color throws you. It does definitely hit, the blueberry and lemon flavor, but it's not like I'm drinking a blueberry beer or a blueberry cider at all. That's very good. That's very good. I like that. Okay. Little, especially with that, we want a palate cleanser there. That's tasty. I like that a lot. I could probably drink a couple of those. The sourness I wouldn't sit down and just pound several of them, but I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that a lot. That'd be a good summer, drink it in the summer beer for sure. Out on the patio. All right, our Pilsner. This is actually in my Stroh's Stein from Detroit, Michigan. One of the first steins my wife bought for my collection. I love this stein. See, we had this one last year, and for some reason, the can made me instantly think no. And I think, yeah, it's too hoppy for a Pilsner. It tastes like a pale ale or an IPA. It's too bitter. It's too hoppy. That's just not. It's not. It doesn't taste like a Pilsner, and it's not good. I wouldn't drink this at all if I. Yeah, I'll finish this obviously, but I wouldn't normally drink this at all. It's kind of like yeah, no, that's an easy win for Illinois. We're giving it to Buffalo Creek Brewing. Congrats, guys, to the Buffalo Gose. It's really good. It didn't win because the Pilsner is bad. It just made this a much easier choice. That is a good beer. I really enjoyed that a lot. It's unusual to have this in a Christmas box because this is not what I would think of to drink in the wintertime. I tend to like heavier, darker beers when it's cold. Oh, excuse me. And these sort of effervescent, bright, fruity beers I would drink in the summer. So kind of surprised to find in the box, but good job. Well done. This is a good beer. They definitely win. So Illinois is up 2. So it's 5-2 in favor of Germany, but Illinois is starting to catch up. We'll see. We got a lot of days left. Thank you guys so much for joining me. There will not be a music stream tonight, and there will not be a Battle of the Beer Advent Calendars tomorrow. So I will be doing a double feature on Saturday. So make sure you check on that, and to make sure that I can do it, I'll be doing one early in the day. I maybe won't be doing a double feature on Saturday. I just realized I had plans. We'll see how it goes, but I will definitely catch up this weekend. Maybe Sunday will be our double feature. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I really appreciate you. I'll see you again soon. You have a great one. Much love. Bye.